Tonight on News 5 Live, a 19-year-old is stabbed to death during an overnight attack in Biscayne Village. A Dangriga resident lost his life when an SUV crashed into his house when he was asleep on Wednesday. Attorney Oscar Salgado will learn his fate next Wednesday after arguments conclude before the High Court. And a soft opening for the newly built Haulover Bridge. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize.
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced full high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
Cellular World is the authorized Samsung distributor in Belize and they offer 1-year local warranty on all Galaxy devices.
Cellular World always has the best tech deals countrywide.
Get 3 or up to 7 years warranty on all Dell technologies because Cellular World is the authorized Dell partner here in Belize.
Like these good folks, rush down to Cellular World for the best tech deals such as cell phones, TVs, tablets, speakers, business products, and so much more. Visit any of our stores in Belize City, Belmopan, San Pedro, and now in Orange Walk. Or shop via our virtual store through Facebook and Instagram. Or WhatsApp us at 615-5141 to find out more.
Danny, buy me one Coral Consomme.
Mr. Sam.
You want egg? Oh, you want Coral Consomme.
Aha!
Coral Consomme. The best taste and the best price. Less fat, more flavor. Taste the savings. Love the flavor.
Available at your favorite supermarkets near you.
13,835,700 eggs are eaten by tourists each year, fueling our thriving economy. Tourism means business.
Let's take a journey through the core functions of the Social Security Board. It all starts with registering as an insured person, employer, or self-employed individual. Sign up for a portal account to manage your Social Security information online. Just provide accurate information and click Create. This will give you access to a range of services and benefits. Next, your contribution, along with investments and other income, are collected and distributed into 3 funds. This ensures that the SSB fund is securely utilized to support various benefit programs. The SSB is committed to providing essential benefits such as sickness, maternity, injury, and pension. These benefits are paid out to eligible individuals as a part of the Social Security coverage. We help you navigate through life's challenges with financial security. Annual surplus accumulates to grow the fund each year. This surplus is invested into various industries, contributing to the growth and development of our nation. With each passing year, the fund continues to grow. Due to the annual surplus, and interest revenue earned from prudent investments. This surplus, along with reserves, helps to bolster the SSB fund and provide a safety net for those in need. We've arrived at the end of our journey to better understanding how the SSB works. We remain committed to serving you and building a secure future for all Belizeans.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Thursday, February 1st. I am Sabrina Daly. A 19-year-old Belize City father was stabbed to death on Wednesday night. Levan Aldana, a resident of Hall Street, was in Biscayne Village, where he has a girlfriend and a young daughter. That is also where the incident happened, somewhere between his job site and the house where his girlfriend lives. Today, police were on the scene to try to put together pieces of the puzzle. Aldana was along with another man socializing, and that individual is presently in police custody as they wrap up a preliminary investigation on the incident. News 5's Marian Ali was in Biscayne today and filed the following report.
19-year-old Levan Aldana was stabbed to death on Wednesday night, a few hundred yards away from a residence where his girlfriend and daughter live. Aldana was socializing with a man who also lives at the residence. Delvarine Dominguez is the matriarch of that household. After she gave the police her statement, she shared with the media that the two men were having a few drinks.
My son and I leave out of the room and tell him come and then go in the room and drink. After that, my daughter tell Levan come in and he say, I come in directly. Tell like about around 6:30, 7:30. I said the door open, so I say, lock the door. So Levan say, I want to lock it right now, mommy. Because he always call me ma or mommy. 9:40, I can't forget water because I'm thirsty. And I sit them on the step. Because my daughter said them on the step, they sing. And we gonna check back at the yard. Nobody there back there. My daughter gone on the road. She not sitting.
The men had apparently gone a few hundred yards up the Philip Golson Highway to a ranch. The ranch owner told us off camera that his employee showed up with Aldana at his ranch sometime after 10 last night.
I tell them why me tired, me sleepy, so I know I lamp up long. Man, it's alright, because me done drunk. So I tell them, boy, when you done drunk, go home, go rest up. I gone back in my kitchen, because I made eat. But when I gone back in the kitchen, I heard them talk about he want to carry young boy back by the pig farm back there. So I tell the man, boy, when you going to do that back there? Back there no got nothing. So me gone back inside again when I conscious cause this light had a motion sense and light. I see the light come on from there. So when I look, I see Balili lock back my gate and he gone.
The men reportedly left the ranch and no one knows where they headed. But sometime later in the night, Aldana returned to his girlfriend's house, severely wounded.
She heard a banging on the door and Levan said, open the door, girl. So she opened the door. Then I'm in my room when I hear my daughter scream.
The stab wound in the abdomen was so severe that Aldana lost consciousness shortly thereafter.
We asked her who did that to him. Never want to say, because he don't want to talk. So my daughter tell her, dead man carry no tail. So you need to tell the police thing. What happened to you, who do it to you, and so it give the person name.
Couldn't say we made argue.
I said that person name. And that's it.
That suspect is now in police custody pending the outcome of the investigation. Meanwhile, the Aldana family is preparing a funeral for their loved one. Denise Vernon is Aldana's aunt. She told News 5 that she had not seen her nephew for some weeks, but that they communicated via social media very often. She said she was chatting with him just this week, but then on Wednesday night, she had a bad feeling that something was amiss.
I chat to him on Facebook a lot, and he always asks for pictures. I always send him pictures of his cousin. Yeah, and last night I just got the call, which I had a bad feeling about something, and I call everybody and I try to find out if everything is okay, but I couldn't put it like my nephew 5 years ago just lost a daughter, and that feeling came right back over again. So I see pictures and video of him being in distress, holding his stomach, because apparently he got slit at the stomach.
Vernon remembers her nephew as a fun-loving person.
He always think that he's the ladies' man, so we talk about girls a lot. And I tell Levan, I say, I don't want you to mess with these young girls. Leave these young girls alone. Give them a chance. Yeah, and he's like, no, auntie.
Police have not laid any charges against anyone as yet. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
A 46-year-old Dangriga resident is dead after an SUV crashed into his home. Kenrick Castillo was inside his home on Wednesday night when tragedy struck. A black Jeep with two occupants was allegedly speeding on the highway when the driver lost control of the vehicle. As a result, the men reportedly swerved off the highway and crashed into Castillo's home. He was inside the house at the time. The impact caused his concrete structure to crumble onto him. His relatives and neighbors had to dig his motionless body out of the rubble. Residents who came out immediately following the accident reportedly held the two occupants of the vehicle until police arrived on the scene. Reports are that the men were heavily intoxicated. We spoke with one eyewitness over the phone, Devin Bermudez, the nephew of Kenrick Castillo. Here's what he told us.
I watched on the south side, the car is coming from the south side, okay? The terminal side. And when the car is coming from the terminal side, the car is coming like a bag of speed, like you could say the car is like under 90. You know, like literally speed. So the car ended up to jump the Havana Bridge. When the car ended up to jump the Havana Bridge, the car ended up to lose control. And when the car ended up to lose control, the car ended up to swerve on the left-hand side first. Then after that, it swerve on the right-hand side, sorry. You know, and when it swerved on the right-hand side, it swerved straight into my cousin's house. And boom, that is where the accident happened. My cousin, he really gets like, literally hurt me up to now, I can't say. He like dead, like, he's dead. Like on the spot, he's dead. You know, and like literally, like when the car like brushed everything, the car ended up back on the street. The car knocked down the whole house and now back on the street, you know. And after that, when the car ended up back on the street, the driver he wanted to start back the car and so I think he wanted to try to do a hit and run, but the car didn't want to start, you know, because it's a hit and run he want to do. So he came out, both of them, because it was two boys in the car. So they come out to the battle and one run and the next one stayed. You know, but the next one who was driving, he run. And when he run out back. And he come and tell us, well, I'm the one that's driving. You know. And so
based on your observation, they were drinking.
Yes, they were drinking, like literally, like they were drunk.
A decision in the case involving attorney Oscar Salgado, who stands accused of abetment to commit murder, will be handed down by the High Court on Wednesday, February 7th. Earlier today, the Director of Public Prosecutions indicated to Justice Nigel Pilgrim that several points raised by attorney Adolph Lucas Sr., who represents Salgado, are not applicable to a no-case submission. The DPP argued that the judge is the one who decides at the end of the trial whether the statement tendered by Giovanni Ramirez is credible. She then put forward to the court that the only matter before the judge in a no-case submission is whether there is enough evidence or whether the evidence available is essentially weak, vague, or inconsistent with other evidence. Director of Public Prosecutions Sherilyn Vidal argued that there is sufficient evidence before the court to return a guilty verdict. On the other hand, the defense holds that the evidence is inherently weak. Likewise, the defense argued that the voice in the audio recordings have not clearly identified Salgado as the speaker because there was no ID parade. The DPP, for her part, refuted that position, stating that circumstantial evidence can also lead to an identification and there is sufficient evidence in this case. Coming up, 50 more businesses ticketed for violations. We'll have more details when we come back.
Yo, time to put in the work, man. This is our year. Are you ready, Belize?
After 3 years of neglect, pain and punishment, this sucking PUP government they call now for try buy for we votes for the municipal elections March 6. But the plan simple, we want to take their money and vote them out. After that for we tax dollars where they owe we, then they try trick we win. Imagine they stop the good pantry program where UDP had when nearly everybody made it get. Now then they come with one all of a sudden hurry come up pre-election grocery bag gimmick where they intend for stop again right after election.
Certainly everybody can get.
Do the maths, people. Take their money and vote them out. UDP, the only hope for Belize.
All them a go and them never think say the people would have one day fed up of them. All them a go and them never think.
PCC calls for proposals for constitutional reform. The People's Constitution Commission announces the commencement of Phase 3, the Stakeholder Outreach Campaign. In this phase, we make a call for proposals from any citizen or organization to submit their views, opinions, or recommendations on constitutional reform in Belize. The template for submission of proposals for the PCC are available online at the PCC website and Facebook page or in the major newspapers. Kindly scan the QR code to access the recommended template to submit your proposal paper. Proposals should be submitted no later than February 19th, 2024 to leon.dawson@mps.gov.bz. That's leon.dawson@mps.gov.bz.
Well, my name is Ismael Florian. I work at Caribbean Sprinter. I'm the station manager for Keycocker. I downloaded DigiWallet since at work we use it, and my boss actually was the one that told me to download DigiWallet. I use it every week, especially to buy top-up and now and then to buy groceries. Live for Free is going to help me with everything since I'm not having to pay anything for 1 year. Well, I chose Mr. Valencia Tewol. I chose him as my person to pay it forward to. I really chose him because back in the day he used to help me out, so I'm just trying to help back our friend.
Do you want a chance to live for free like me? Just download and use the DigiWallet app.
Thank you, Digi.
The United Democratic Party was in power for 13 years, and even after all that time, there was no new Haulover Bridge. They were kicked out of office, and still no bridge. The difference is clear. Immediately after taking office, this PUP government negotiated a proper contract, saving Belizeans millions of dollars. The bridge is now open, built by Belizean contractors, engineers, and workers. A new state-of-the-art structure that will enhance traffic flow and will be a reliable, secure link between Belize City and all points north. This is a hands-on government that delivers. This is a party that works. In March, in every municipality, stay on track with the PUP.
A second round of establishment inspections carried out by the Supplies Control Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise has concluded, and as many as 50 businesses have been issued with tickets for violations of the existing regulations. These establishments were identified in 34 locations across the country, including 6 in Belize City. Namely Amin Supermarket on Queen Street, Dollar Grocery on Water Lane, J&N Supermarket on Queen Street, Ming Al Supermarket in the Gungalung area, Highway Store in Bella Vista Estate, and 2 others. These stores have been ticketed for failure to display price as well as selling items above the control price. Over the 2 rounds of inspections, a total of 109 establishments have been found in violation. Roughly 30 students attending the Orange Walk IT Vet have been sent home from school for failure to pay their school fees. It is a decision that flies in the face of the Ministry of Education's policy not to suspend students from classes over unpaid fees. News 5 understands that students with arrears exceeding $300 have been sent home from school. Here's Minister of Education Francis Fonseca.
Our policy is not to send students home. We do everything to work very closely with families and parents, students, to work out payment plans where that can be worked out. So I don't know. I don't want to comment on something I don't know about. But I know as a policy, the sending home of students is for failure to pay fees is a last resort.
With a new Guatemalan president and foreign minister in office, will there be a mutually agreed upon protocol to govern travel along the contested Sarstún River? Prime Minister John Briceño and Foreign Minister Francis Fonseca were both in Guatemala City a few weeks ago for the installation of President Bernardo Arévalo. During their time in the capital city, Belize's head of government and his foreign minister were able to briefly discuss the often tense situation at Belize's southernmost tributary. According to Minister Fonseca, he remains optimistic that a new Sarstún protocol will be hammered out in the months ahead.
I'm very hopeful that we can do so. We had an opportunity in Guatemala, sort of coincidental byproduct of all the waiting that we had to do was that the Prime Minister and I had an opportunity to spend time with the incoming president and the incoming foreign minister, because for several hours, for example, we were all in one room waiting for the president to be sworn in. And so we had, and on previous occasions, we also had an opportunity to speak with them. So I think we had, we're always very hopeful. Belize stands ready. We believe that these are important issues. As you all know, we are following the process through the ICJ. We respect that process. But Belize's position is that we should not wait for the outcome of the ICJ to resolve some of these issues that are challenging us on the ground. So the issue of Sarstún, for example, the issue of security on the ground, the issue of deforestation, of intrusions into our territory. We believe that all of these are very important, urgent matters that require the attention of both governments. So we expressed that view to the President and the Foreign Minister, that we are prepared to discuss these matters. And we're very hopeful that with this new administration, that perhaps there can be a reset on these important issues, and that in the next few weeks we can have an opportunity to perhaps engage with them and discuss them.
On Monday, former Prime Ministers Said Musa and Dean Barrow, along with several past foreign ministers, have expressed approval over South Africa's decision to bring a charge of genocide against Israel amid the ongoing conflict with Palestine. They also reiterate the call for an immediate ceasefire, despite the ICJ's decision to withhold an order of ceasefire. When we caught up with him on Wednesday, Foreign Minister Francis Fonseca shared his thoughts on the recent developments.
Belize has taken unprecedented steps. Belize has been a leader in CARICOM on standing up in support of the people of Gaza. As you all know, we have suspended relations with Israel, diplomatic relations with Israel. So Belize has been very bold, very clear, very principled in its position. But we have not made any further decisions about participation at the ICJ in the South Africa case. Obviously, it's something we are monitoring, we're watching, along with CARICOM. We find that it's very often best to do these things, to take steps and to take actions in coordination with our CARICOM brothers and sisters. That, we believe, is the most effective approach. So we're monitoring the case, but of course we continue to make it very clear that Belize views what is taking place in Gaza as a humanitarian crisis. We repeat our call for an immediate ceasefire, release of hostages. It's a very difficult situation. We see the images every day on our television sets. Innocent people are being killed. So there has to be an immediate ceasefire so that we can have a peaceful resolution to what has taken place.
After the break, living with the wetland in Crooked Tree Village.
The United Democratic Party was in office for 13 years. They did absolutely nothing to empower our people in rural communities. The difference is clear. In just 3 years, this PUP government has opened up Digital Connect centers across the country. These centers provide access to high-speed internet computers, digital devices, and resources to residents in these communities. This is how you empower your people. This is how you build a strong nation. The UDP were always talking and all about empowering themselves. This will never change. Same old UDP. In March, in every municipality, stick with the party that works. Stay on track with the PUP.
The Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing advises the public on how to properly use the roundabout at the new Haulover Bridge. When coming in from the Philip Goldson International Airport or Ladyville, stay in the right lane. Slow down at the pedestrian crossing, then pause at the yield line. When clear, exit the roundabout and take the first exit to continue to Belize City. Or, if your destination is the residential subdivision, take the third exit instead. When leaving the marina or nearby areas, yield, then circle to the third exit to Belize City. When driving from Belize City, slow down before entering the pedestrian crossing. Then, yield at the roundabout. When clear, proceed through the roundabout to continue north. When going to the marina, circle the roundabout completely. passing 3 exits before taking the Marina Road. Remember, the speed limit for the roundabout is 25 miles per hour. Stay alert and drive safely on the new Haulover Bridge.
So what have they been doing for 3 years? Point to me one project that they have done in San Pedro.
Yeah, boy. Year 1, San DSC, San Pedrito, San Mateo, the upgrading of our streets, the filling of new materials and compacting.
Show me a road, a bridge, any project that the PUP has started and finished or even just started.
Here I come. We started and completed a brand new bridge for our lovely people of La Isla Bonita.
Nice. Nothing. That's the problem.
Stop it. Get some help.
By year 2, we're already buying new trucks to make it easier for our sanitation workers.
We're starting by equipment and buying more equipment to upgrade the street for our people.
Paving it forward began in year 2 and it continues every day.
Because they have done nothing in the 3 years. They have done nothing.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize.
Hey there, smart thinkers! We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered-up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning-fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right. No speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced full high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
Corruption and contention has been the order of the day in all municipal governments controlled by the PUP, and the Benque Viejo Town Council is no exception. Back in June 2023, evidence emerged of serious financial irregularities, specifically regarding issuance of checks. A report produced by public officers at Ministry of Local Government reveals that the mayor and sometimes his driver would on some of their out-district trips take blank checks to acquire purchases for the council. But there is no accounting of what exactly the money is spent on. As with Punta Gorda, the minister and the prime minister look the other way, even after the opposition UDP publicly called them out. Also, as with Punta Gorda and Belmopan, there has been major infighting among the Benque Viejo PUP mayor and councillors.
But the very own councillors who are attacking the council.
If Bresenio and his government will not do anything about it, then it is time for the people to take action. On March 6, put an end to all the corruption and contention in PUP councils countrywide. Vote them out. In Benque Viejo, elect Marco Tessucum and the UDP team to restore honesty and fiscal responsibility. Belize is always better with the United Democratic Party.
World Wetland Day 2024 will be celebrated on Friday, February 2nd, under the theme Wetlands and Human Well-Being. The day marks the anniversary of the adoption of the Ramsar Convention on Wetlands in 1971. Belize is a signatory of the international treaty that recognizes wetlands of international importance. So tonight's Belize on Reel takes us to the Crooked Tree Wildlife Sanctuary, one of the 2 protected wetlands in the country. We sought to find out how this wetland is contributing to the well-being of Crooked Tree villagers through various conservation efforts. News 5's Paul Lopez reports.
The Crooked Tree Wildlife Sanctuary is recognized as a wetland of international importance, or a Ramsar site. This protected area consists of over 14,000 acres of waterways, logwoods, swamps, and lagoon. This wetland provides a habitat for over 300 species of resident and migratory birds. It is also home to other wildlife such as fish, snakes, turtles, and frogs. This protected area borders one of the oldest Creole communities in the country, Crooked Tree Village. And to ensure the viability of this important ecosystem, residents must learn how to make use of its resources sustainably.
Birds, right? Every Sunday I could recall as a child, my dad used to go out. We never used to go to the store to buy chicken. My dad would go and kill a bird, and that's what we're going to eat on Sundays.
Verna Samuels is the co-owner of Bird's Eye View Lodge, an accommodation in the village that provides overnight stays, tours of the lagoon, and bird-watching expeditions for tourists. Born and raised in Crooked Tree, she recalls her father hunting the limpkin birds, also known as the crying birds. That culture of hunting birds for food has become practically non-existent in the community. Amanda Acosta, the executive director at the Belize Audubon Society, and her team have led the charge in providing public awareness to residents about the importance of this wetland and its wildlife.
In the 80s, when it was designated as a wildlife sanctuary. By law, a wildlife sanctuary does not allow for extraction. Yeah. Unfortunately, that does not recognize the traditional usage within the community. That community has always fished. And so it was an area of contention. Contention did build up at one point and it came to a head. And we were forced to go back to the drawing board, both with the community and with the government.
Derek Hendy is the site manager at the Crooked Tree Wildlife Sanctuary for the Belize Audubon Society. Hendy understands the traditional significance of this wetland to villagers. He works with residents in schools in surrounding communities to provide education on this habitat.
People use it for food. Every time when it filters out, people would catch the fish and sell it. But there's, as I said, there's a rules and regulation. People really doesn't want to follow the rules and regulation. They just want to do whatsoever they want to do. And if we continue that way, we'll eventually contaminate all of our waterway, and it will be much more expensive for us to even maintain, and for us to get drinking water.
The Crooked Tree Wildlife Sanctuary acts as a catchment area for the Belize River that flows from the west of the country to the east and into the Caribbean Sea. The water that flows into this wetland goes through a natural filtration process, removing excess contaminants before flowing back out into the river. Water levels vary throughout the year as a result. But apart from its value to wildlife and naturally purified water, the sanctuary attracts tourism capital for residents.
Bird tourism is actually one of the main driving tourism reasons for that in that community. That's what people go there for. And so if there's no fish, there won't be any birds, because that's the food source for the birds as well. So they're all tightly interweaved in terms of one needs the other.
The wetland is what causes the birds and, like all the wildlife, not just the birds, to be here, and then in turn that brings the tourists who are bird lovers, nature lovers. So it's like a cycle that, if the birds are here, we start with the wetland. If the wetland is here, the birds are here, the wildlife is here, and that attracts the business that we want to attract, the tourists.
At the government level, policies have been developed to govern protected areas that are also traditionally used by surrounding communities, like the Crooked Tree Wildlife Sanctuary. Whereas most protected areas fall under what is termed as a Classification 1, or a no-take zone, Orlando Habet, the Minister of Sustainable Development, explained that given the circumstances, the Crooked Tree Wildlife Sanctuary falls under what is known as Classification 2. This permits certain traditional activities.
We have to understand and we have to realize that there are communities that are built around these protected areas, and people will have to have their livelihoods, and they will have to fish, they will have to hunt, they might have to harvest some some medicinal plants and do a little bit of farming. But we work along with them so that all of this can be done sustainably, so that it can be there for many, many generations to come. And the good thing with the community is that they have realized this also. And so they want to do the protection. And they want to have their children and grandchildren and future generations to be able to enjoy what is there now, and hopefully they can protect it and conserve it in a way that they can use some of it now, and for generations that come, they can also have some here they can use for their livelihoods.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
When we return, new Haulover Bridge opens to vehicles. Pedestrians, not yet.
2,251,000 slices of watermelon are eaten by tourists each year in Belize, benefiting local farmers and processors directly. Tourism means business.
We love our cars. They take us where we need to go and allow us to explore, work, and even make memories. RF&G Insurance prides itself in offering coverage options for you. We are pleased to reintroduce our Super Act policy. Drive with confidence, knowing that you are protected on both public and private roads. Experience outstanding service and reliable protection that is tailored to your budget. WhatsApp us at 670-8700 or visit an agent near you to learn more. Remember, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Road Group company.
February is all about Honda. Get special pricing and discounts on all Honda products. Enjoy up to 24% off select Honda products and 20% off Honda parts. And don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make your purchase. There will also be a bike rally throughout the streets of Blue Creek and Belize City on February 3rd and 10th respectively. All participants will get a free oil change. Check out our Facebook page for more details. Love your Honda is all about deals and discounts on Honda products throughout the month of February. Only at Benquip Equipment Parts Service.
Bernard Wagner cannot pick up the garbage. He cannot fix the streets. He cannot maintain the drains.
We have to do a better job maintaining the drains.
He cannot even pay city council workers.
The other day, we had to bail out the Belize City Council. They were short of $100,000. They could not pay their salaries, and central government paid them.
But he can spend almost $250,000 on a concert, most of it on a foreign artist, and find it funny.
I like Rongdong. Okay.
Nobody elected Wagner and the PUP Council to throw concerts. They were elected to fix the streets, maintain the drains, and keep the city clean. If they cannot do the job they were elected for, then they should follow the advice of Abelardo Mai.
Find something else to do.
And Belize City voters must heed the advice of Wagner's own deputy.
We need to go a different direction. The city needs a breath of fresh air, needs new leadership.
The city needs new leadership. The country needs new leadership. The time is now.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
first time since it has been constructed, vehicles were able to cross the new Haulover Bridge near Mile 5 on the Philip Gosen Highway. Today, Ministry of Infrastructure Development officials walked over the bridge to inspect the almost complete structure, and we took that opportunity to ask them about it during a soft opening. News 5's Marian Ali was there this morning to speak with ministry officials about the new structure and the scope of work that is still left to finish. Here's that report.
It has been under construction for the past 2 years, and today vehicles were able to cross over the new Haulover Bridge near Mile 5 on the Philip Gosen Highway. While most of the work is completed on the new bridge, Chief Engineer Evondale Moody explained that there is still some work left to complete.
We're doing basically a soft opening of the new Haulover Bridge. This is being done in an effort for us to get traffic onto the new structure because of the old alignment. We have to tie into the existing road, and so at that intersection is where we will have a high elevation, and so we need to close off the old approach so that traffic could be transferred to the new bridge. The idea is to have that done by the first or second week in March. Once we could complete all the aspects of the new structure, which includes the additional rails that we have pending and some tie-ins that we have to do for the utility companies, then we would consider the bridge to be 100% complete.
The new bridge is designed to last several decades, Moody says, as its capacity is intended to withstand.
With the integrity of the structure, we definitely believe that it will be able to sustain any natural disasters. It's also designed to contain basically a Category 5 hurricane, so that shouldn't be a problem. It's not a steel structure that would be susceptible to wind damages and so forth, and also the substructure that we have is designed for earthquake as well. So this should be a structure that should last us with maintenance for at least 100 years. The bridge structure is designed to AASHTO 93 and HL 93, and so that is designed to carry a substantial amount of weight. So that shouldn't be an issue in terms of the stability of the structure.
And while the bridge, constructed at a cost of around $30 million Belize dollars, is expected to meet the growing demands of a rapidly expanding city and traffic heading north, the Minister of Infrastructure Development, Julius Espat, says he has more reasons than one to feel proud of the project.
This is the first bridge that was designed by a Belizean, built by a Belizean, supervised by a Belizean. How can you not be proud of a situation like this? And you all are seeing it. It's an awesome experience to be here. It's a Belizean initiated project. It's not red or blue. And that I have stood by that from the day I was elected and from the day I was given the opportunity to be the minister. We represent all peoples, red, blue, mauve, pink, of all colors.
Espat explained that the completion and opening of the bridge at this time was not designed to coincide with the upcoming municipal elections because the bridge was scheduled to be completed at this time. The bridge is scheduled to be officially opened in the latter part of March when all the electricity connections and other fixtures are in place. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
The Haulover Bridge, meanwhile, has not seen its last days as yet. It will be used somewhere in the Cayo district, using the same contractor that built the Haulover Bridge, M&M Engineering. And only a short distance away from the new Haulover Bridge, works are currently ongoing at the roundabout near the Biltmore Hotel. Anyone traveling out or into the city would note that the area has been under construction for quite some time. So, what has been the delay in completing the project? We asked Evondale Moody, the chief engineer at MIDH.
The delays we had was that we had significant problems in the location of the BTL underground docks, and we also had to take some time to ensure that we don't damage the 24-inch water pipe that is there. So that line and the BTL line took us some time, and so that caused some delays to the contractor. But we think it was important for us to take our time, especially with the BWS pipe, because if we had broken that pipe, we would have cut off water to the entire Belize City, and that would have taken us at least a week to fix. And from what we gathered from BWS, the capacity that they have in Belize City for water is only for 24 hours. And so we deemed it necessary for us to encourage a contractor to ensure that he takes his time in doing the piling works that were required. We expect that those works will be completed by the 2nd of March. I got that last update from the contractor about 2 days ago, and so right now they're working on the beams, and thereafter they'll be pouring the deck slab for the circle, and then complete those works.
One reporter's caught up with Minister Espat in Belize City today. He was also asked about the concerns raised by the Belize Elite Basketball League over the price tag attached to using the Belize City Civic Center. As we reported, teams that host home games inside the Civic are required to pay $5,000 for each game played. The league's management argues that the fee is well over their budget. The facility is managed by the Ministry of Infrastructure, Development and Housing. So we asked the minister for a response to the league's concerns. Here is what he told us.
I don't see how. The situation is that every home team pays $5,000 for the use of the Civic on the night that they are the home team. What do they get for that? We provide security. If you go to the Civic and compare it to any other arena that the country has, it is one of the areas that is maintained to the highest level. It is clean, no bathroom is leaking, no bathroom is broken, all the chairs are properly placed, they're clean, the environment is healthy, the air conditioning works. That's what we provide, even security for the games. For that $5,000, what does the home team gain? Well, they have access to the ticketing and they have access to the bar. So if they want to reduce the rates, no problem, then give us the ticketing and give us the bar, and then there's no charge. And so it is a private-public partnership, and we are doing our part. If the government of Belize, through us, does not maintain the Civic, they won't even have an auditorium to be able to work or practice in. And so I think it's a balanced approach. They all signed the contract before they made interviews. You know, all those contracts I have on my desk signed by them, they had agreed, because they know it's fair. It is extremely fair, and it's not. And the misconception is that two teams pay for the same night. No, one team, the home team, pays for the use of the Civic when they are using it, and they have the ability to generate the income. And they do generate income. The bar alone generates far more than the $5,000, and the ticketing alone does that.
The Philip Gosen bust has been mounted at its permanent location atop a marble pedestal protected by barriers at the entrance to the highway named after him. It's been there about a week now, after it was severely damaged in September of last year. Sculptor Stephen Okeke got the contract to repair the bust, and after a little over 2 months, it was completed. Today, News 5 asked the Minister of Infrastructure Development, Julius Espat, about the importance of having the bust repaired and put back in its place.
Philip Gosen is a national hero, just like George Price is a national hero. We thought it was very important that the image of our national hero was destroyed, and so we contacted the artists, and we made sure that he was given deposits based on the quality of work and the time frame, and he came through. And so the final product is now there. We added a couple little, as you would say, some nice features like the marble. I think it's a national hero, so why not? And the chief engineer also placed some protective barriers so that it can minimize the toppling down again of the statue or the bust. But again, nobody should be speeding around that roundabout. And so we, as I said, we can only do our part. And we as a culture, all of us, have to look out for this country and look out for the things that you all invest in. Remember that all of that is your money. You pay taxes, and your taxes is what's putting these things up. But we have to be proud of our national heroes.
It is just about 2 months before the annual budget is presented in the National Assembly. And in the coming weeks, the various ministers will be putting forth their reasons why they believe their ministries and departments ought to be given more spending power. Among the ministers who believe that their portfolio deserves to be among the top priorities in the national budget is Julius Espat for the Ministry of Infrastructure, Development and Housing. Today, he explained to us why.
If the Ministry of Finance does not see MIDH as a priority, then you don't have problems. because you will be interviewing every single minister, and the first thing that will come to your mind is infrastructure. Because again, if we don't put in the roadworks in the sugar area, the cane farmers will be protesting in Belmont. If we don't do the farm roads in the west and in the south, the farmers will be protesting. If we don't assist the tourism areas where the tourists come in, then you'll have problems from the tourism sector. There's no way government cannot invest in infrastructure. And so that, in my opinion, is a major priority. What we do is not only what you see here, but it drives the economy of a country. Without proper infrastructure, you don't have an economy that can generate income. And so that is our responsibility. And in Cabinet, you lobby as hard as you can for or on behalf of the people of Belize.
Up next, Fort George Hotel and Spa opens up to a full house.
$1,067,700 slices of bacon are eaten by tourists each year, stimulating our local economy. Tourism means business.
When the UDP were kicked out in 2020, tourism was dead. Dead. Businesses were closed down. Tens of thousands of Belizeans were out of work. Our economy was on life support. Under a PUP government, our economy rebounded faster than anyone could have predicted. Tourism is alive and vibrant. Our hotels are full. Our people are making money. Our country is opening to new territory, with new airlines recognizing the beauty and potential of Belize. Business is better than ever before in Belize. From ruin under the UDP to unprecedented growth under a PUP government, the difference is clear. For the sake of our people and country, we are sticking with the party that works. Across this country, in every municipality, we to stay on track with the PUP.
My Social Security. Your direct online access to all your Social Security information. 360 view of all your Social Security information. Registration services, benefits, contributions, and employer services at your fingertips. Enjoy all the new features with your My Social Security account. Register with SSB. Submission of benefit claims. Submission of contribution statements. View contribution record. Enjoy all your My Social Security feature at ssbportal.org.bz. Social Security at your fingertips.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Whenever the PUP is in charge, there is always mismanagement, and the people of Punta Gorda know this all too well. This time around, it is the PUP councillors themselves who blew the whistle on their own mayor.
PG Town councillors alleged money mismanagement within their own council.
This is signed by 5 town councillors saying that there are financial irregularities
in our council.
They have now switched from Charles Salgado to Carlos Obia. But this is the same Carlos Obia Galvez who was in charge in 2008 when town councillors claimed the PUP mayor we have has been mismanaging our funds and he has been spending our money as if it is his own personal money. The mayor has run up our overdraft to 33,000 and the capacity approved by the Ministry of Finance for us at the bank is 15,000. They further accused Obia Galvez of racking up an excessive $4,000 fuel bill, almost a fifth of their monthly subvention in just over a month, allegedly for use in his private taxi and tour business. And they claim Galvez's wife had signed for fuel on the council's account, which Galvez eventually acknowledged. The more things change, the more they remain the same. Punta Gorda has had enough of the PUP. It is time to elect Franklin Cranca Polonio, and the UDP team believes is always better with the United Democratic Party.
The Fort George Hotel and Spa is officially open for business. Formerly known as the Radisson Fort George Hotel and Marina, January 31st, 2024 marked the last day of the hotel's ties to the Radisson franchise. And as of February 1st, the title has been formally removed. But that is not the only change the hotel welcomed today, as it opened the doors to its newest wing, which boasts an array of new rooms and amenities. News 5's Brittany Gordon visited the hotel earlier today for a tour. Here's that report.
February 1st marks a day of new beginnings for the Fort George Hotel and Spa, which has been under construction for over a year. It finally opened its doors to the public today. We spoke with resort manager Edison Trapp to hear how things are going so far.
Well, as you probably know, January 31st, we detached from the Radisson franchise. And we decided to officially open up the Fort George Hotel and Spa February 1st to coincide with, one, the demand that we have, and two, because we detached from the Radisson, we want to make it significant. And February 1st, given the occupancy rate that we're having, we decided to make it official to be Fort George Hotel and Spa.
Clarice Ramirez, sales and marketing executive, also shared her excitement for the hotel's rebrand.
So today marks a significant and exciting moment in the hospitality landscape of the Lee City to celebrate the transformation of our well-known Radisson Fort George Hotel and Marina into being known as the Fort George Hotel and Spa. This transition marks the beginning of a new era of modern luxury and exceptional hospitality in our city.
Even without an official launch of its newest wing, the Fort George Hotel and Spa opened to a full house today, filling over 30 new rooms.
Occupancy at this time is 100%, and it coincides with the colonial section as well as the new Fort George Hotel and Spa. On this side of the Fort George Hotel and Spa, we have 33 rooms with 3 penthouses. On the colonial section, we have 33 rooms as well, giving us a total of 66 rooms. If you would notice on the right side, outside the building, the club tower, we are doing major renovation to that particular section of the hotel. And the aim is to fulfill that renovation by the end of this year, November of this year, to meet the demand.
Some of the newest amenities include the Kin Spa and Sauna, where guests can receive facials, body wraps, and massages, a gym in partnership with the Burn Box, and a restaurant, bar, and lounge called the Tree House, which offers private dining spaces for social gatherings and events, and a plunge pool just outside the back door. Despite the full house, we were able to visit a penthouse suite on the 5th floor, which included 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, a kitchen, a dining area, as well as a private balcony with a view of the sea.
With the 33 newly built deluxe guest rooms and penthouses, the rooms were inspired by the hues of the Caribbean Sea that grace our shores, and the interiors boast natural woods and a light color palette, creating an ambience of serenity and comfort.
Trapp stated that the staff running the operations will remain the same.
We are always looking for qualified professionals, and so currently our staff remains the same. Occasionally, we do get support from our sister company, the Alaya, in San Pedro, and as well from our head office. But the local team pretty much takes care of the operation of the hotel.
Ramirez stated that this new endeavor will be a positive addition for the hospitality industry moving forward.
This opening just marks the first step in the redevelopment of this historic hotel, with more enhancements to be unveiled later this year. And we will continue to expand, which means a complete refurbishment of the original hotel with the addition of the 110 rooms, which is destined to open in phases of next year.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, good night.